extraordinary circumstances on the ground right now, you've asked the Israeli government to allow aid in temporarily through existing mechanisms. Have they agreed to that, and how soon will that aid get in, if so?
That's right. We think that the situation on the ground is clearly urgent, and we can't afford to wait. We are committed to being operational with our plan by the end of the month, ideally in advance of that. But no time like the present to move aid in under existing mechanisms. The Israelis have agreed to that operational condition. We don't yet have final details as conversations are ongoing about what precisely that means and when, but we do expect to have some positive updates on that in the coming days.
Once you are up and running, how many distribution sites will you have in Gaza immediately? And how much of Gaza's population do you expect those distribution sites to be able to feed?
Yeah, well, we are going to immediately open up by the end of the month 4 secure distribution sites. We have plans to ramp up to 8 to 10. That will include locations in northern Gaza. The initial plan, as we have today, is going to provide 300 million meals over the first 90 days.
Top humanitarian aid officials have been very critical of this plan. They say that it will enable the forced displacement of Palestinians, that it will bring additional risks to the lives of Palestinians living in Gaza. Tom Fletcher, the United Nations Emergency Relief Coordinator, called this a, quote, cynical sideshow and a, quote, fig leaf for further violence and displacement. What's your response to those comments and criticisms?
A lot of what NGOs and the UN heard early was full of misinformation. There were a lot of rumors about the IDF providing the direct security here. There were rumors about biometric PII being shared back with the Israeli government. And I cannot blame the humanitarian community for crying foul amid that misinformation. I would not have participated in a plan that did those same things. However, that is not the plan. I want to stress this plan is not perfect, but this plan will be feeding people by the end of the month in a scenario where no one has allowed aid to be in over the course of the last 10 weeks.
So will this aid mechanism be able to function without those major UN agencies? Will you have the stocks of aid? Will you have the trucks, the infrastructure to be able to get enough aid and then distribute it inside of Gaza?
I think right now it's hard to say. Ultimately, the community is going to face a choice. This is going to be the mechanism by which aid can be distributed in Gaza. Are you willing to participate? The answer is going to be, pretty critical to whether or not this ramps up to sufficiently feed 2.2 million people in a very desperate situation.
The whole reason that this mechanism is being set up is because Israel won't let aid into Gaza in any other way. Israel accuses Hamas of stealing aid and then profiting off of the aid that it resells to the Palestinian people. Humanitarian aid organizations have rejected those claims, saying that they've seen no significant diversion of aid inside of Gaza. Have you seen any convincing evidence that Hamas is indeed stealing aid in significant quantities?
I think my view on this discussion is that it doesn't really matter. Israel controls access to Gaza, and if it is their belief that there is a large percentage of aid that is being interdicted by Hamas and other non-state actors, then we have no choice but to create a mechanism which operates in that construct and in that framing. I'm here to solve a problem and feed people.